Hey guys, it's Tuesday morning. You guys are getting ready to take your Unit 1 exam today. So good job. You're almost done with Unit 1. And we're moving on to Unit 2. So I wanted to give you a brief introduction to that. First of all, I'm panicking though because I just heard that Bang Energy has declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I don't know what I'm going to do without this because I'm an addict. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so Unit 2 is on death investigation. Now, selfishly, that's one of my, areas of expertise, so I find it really interesting. But I really battled with whether to present a unit on death investigation because obviously it can be kind of gruesome and graphic. And I decided to go ahead with it, and there's a couple of reasons why. One, ideally, when I'm thinking of all of my students, my dream would be that maybe you haven't had to experience a death yet. And when you do, your first experience with death will be an elderly grandparent or relative that just peacefully passes away. Okay? That is the way I would like it. Unfortunately, I know that's not reality. Some of you, even at a young age, may have lost a friend to something tragic like a car accident. You may have lost friends or loved ones to diseases like cancer or a heart attack or, God forbid, gun violence. So, I know that some of you have already experienced it. And it's something that we're all going to go through, hopefully a long time from now for all of us. But yeah, it's kind of the great equalizer. It happens to everyone. And I think to approach death from a purely scientific perspective can remove some of the stigma. It can make it less frightening when you realize that these are just natural processes. It's literally just biology. It makes sense scientifically. And, talking about things like autopsies kind of take the scariness factor out of it. So that's why I want to do it. So realize that you're going to see some gruesome photos, okay? Because the processes of decomposition and postmortem changes, even though they're natural and they make sense biologically, it doesn't mean they are pleasant to look at, especially if it's someone that you care about, okay? So you're going to see pictures of human beings in various states of postmortem decomposition. Now, realize that I'm showing you these photos for educational purposes only, so please do not share them on social media, okay? I've had that happen in the past. Please don't do that. Realize that these are all human beings, and someone loved them, okay? I can't tell you if the person in the photographs, maybe they were the worst human being on the planet. They didn't have any friends. No one loved them. But very few people come into this world and remain unloved by someone. Okay? So you could be looking at someone's brother, mother, best friend. So keep that in mind. Okay? Even though, they're not in their most presentable condition when you look at these photos. So, for educational purposes only. And if you have a hard time looking at them, just, look away. Skip past in the PowerPoint where you're going to see that image. Especially for high school students, this is a mature topic. Okay, so I still think it's important for you, but if you're having issue or if you're having problems viewing the images and you need to talk to someone, please message me on Remind. I am happy to chat with you about this because it is not an easy topic. Okay, so one, it's to destigmatize death and to learn about it. And, so if you're ever a juror on a homicide case, you can understand what the pathologist is telling you about time of death, manner of death. Okay, so, it's pure knowledge. And also because it impacts all of us. And the other way it impacts you, for those of you who are out of high school and over 18, you are tax-paying citizens. And some of your tax dollars go towards maintaining a death investigation system. Now, we tend to think of death investigation as only when there's a homicide, okay? Or when, someone's murdered, it's a crime. However, death investigation is really important to public health, meaning identifying hazards that are out in the community. So that's where COVID-19 started being seen in people. It was at autopsies and they were saying, oh, this doesn't look like a normal virus. What are these people dying of? Okay, documenting COVID deaths. Anytime you see a product that's been recalled because it has caused, a choking hazard with children or, like a defective baby crib, it's because those deaths have been examined and then documented by the death investigation system. So yeah, when you hear about a horrible new street drug, like recently there was fentanyl being put into things that look like gummy bears. And so little kids were taking it because they thought it was candy and then overdosing on fentanyl. The first people that are going to see that are going to be pathologists, medical examiners, coroners, and they're going to report it. Okay, so that's what I mean by the public health aspect. And that's really the largest part of a death investigation system. It's to keep the community at large safe by identifying hazards. Okay, then we have the part where, yeah, obviously if there's a crime committed, if someone is murdered, the autopsy is really important as well. Okay, so when I think about you being taxpayers, there are some states in the United States where the death investigation system is terrible. Okay, in Iowa, we're really lucky because everyone who does death investigation in our state actually has to be a doctor with medical training and they have to be a medical examiner. But other states use a coroner system, and there are some states where, wait for it, you don't even have to have a high school diploma to be a coroner. And you're basically determining someone's cause of death and manner of death with zero medical training or expertise and no training in forensics or forensic pathology. Okay, that's terrifying. And so are people getting away with murder? Are hazards not being identified in those states? Absolutely. Okay, so one of the assignments that I want you to watch, because I think it will be very eye-opening for you, is a documentary called The Death Investigation Crisis in America. And I want to turn my phone around and show you this graphic. So this is actually from the video, so this will come up. So wherever you see these red dots, those are mistakes that have been made by coroners in the death investigation system. And you'll notice, here's Iowa, no documented mistakes because all death investigation is done by actual physicians who are trained, and they are medical examiners, okay? The states that don't have any mistakes are 100% medical examiner systems. The ones with red dots are the ones that either have a combination medical examiner coroner or just a coroner system. So, yep, pretty scary, okay? And you'll find out in this video too that if we wanted to make the United States 100% medical examiner, so you could eliminate all of these mistakes, it would cost the average American citizen like $2.50 a year. Okay, but a bill can't pass. People don't want it, and I think a lot of it is because, oh well, they're dead people. They're dead. What's the big deal? Okay, it's not until it affects people personally that they start to care about it. Like a loved one dies tragically in an accident, and they want to know why, or was this a homicide, or was it a suicide? So, unfortunately, that's the way the system is in the United States, and that your tax dollars are paying for that. So, Iowa, great place to live, great place to die, because your death is going to be properly documented, but, pretty scary if you move to some of these other states. So that's one of the assignments. But anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to be in frame or not, but that's kind of my summary and introduction to death investigation. Like I said, not going to be the most pleasant PowerPoints to go through, but just keep telling yourself all of these processes are natural. They are biology, kind of the ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Unfortunately, it's not quite that straightforward. It's messier than that. Okay, so look away from the photos if you don't want to look at them. If you want me to send you a PowerPoint that has the photos removed, I can certainly do that. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna, oh, also I want to mention the videos, lecture videos I'm gonna post were made, I think 2 years ago, but the information has not changed. So the videos are totally up to date, but I probably look like a crazy person because they were made during lockdown, you know, and I couldn't get a haircut like everyone else during COVID. So, but anyway, those are where the lecture videos come from. I'm going to get those posted today, and I'll get the video assignments posted as well. There will be 2 quizzes over death investigation and then a Unit 2 exam, and I will send those timelines out to you. Okay? So, yeah, that's about it. And please pray for the Bang Energy Company that they can make it past their bankruptcy for my benefit. Okay? Have a great day, you guys. All right, I'll be in touch. Thank you.